this is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily check-in. Today is February 20th, 2026, but when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. We're going to take a look at an animal oracle card from the Wild Soul Animal Oracle deck, and then I'll pull some tarot cards for you, and then we'll finish off your reading with an Akashic Records oracle card. Let's call in spirit. Okay, Pisces, this will be a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're new here and you like my readings, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want. Welcome back to all my subscribers. Thank you for being here each and every day. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, hitting the hype button. Oh, and hitting the thanks button as well, because I've been getting quite a few of those. I really appreciate you for that. So if you're called to do that, I really appreciate it. And I love you all so very much. And thank you for being here. Let's see what the Animal Oracle card is for the day. And then we'll pull some tarot cards. Today is Friday. So we're getting ready for the weekend. I'm going to be painting today. So, and not artistic painting, but actually painting a bedroom today. So that's my plan. Let me know in the comment section what you've got going on today. That would be great. Angels, guides, ancestors, what does Pisces need to know at the time that they're viewing this message, please, Spirit? What do they need to know at the time that they're viewing this message, please? All placements of Pisces. And if you're a cross watcher, welcome as well. Okay. Well, we're going to take this first one out. Actually, we're going to take them both because I can't decide. So we have two oracle cards that came out. The first one is the Bison, about abundance. That's wonderful. And then we have the Wolverine, which is about tenacity. So I'm going to read from the book on both of them. And I'll take some pictures so you can see them up close. The Bison and the Wolverine. So let's read from the Bison first. And it's about abundance. So that's going in a good direction here. So the bison, a powerful and revered animal in many cultures, symbolizes abundance, prosperity, and the sustenance of life. Known for providing everything from food to shelter, the bison represents the gifts of the earth and the importance of gratitude. This card suggests that abundance is available to you and that you should honor the resources you have. The bison reminds you that true abundance comes from respect and harmony with nature. So embrace the abundance in your life and honor the resources you have been given. Gratitude and respect will bring even more prosperity. Wonderful. So perhaps, doing your affirmations each day, doing your gratitude journals, things like that will bring in more abundance for you. Let's read about the Wolverine and tenacity. Okay, so we have the Wolverine, and I love the yellow color. And with the sun here, it reminds me of, the sun card. So we're definitely in a time of abundance and happiness is what I'm feeling here. So the Wolverine, a fierce and determined creature, symbolizes tenacity, courage, and the will to survive. Known for its relentless nature and ability to face down large predators, the Wolverine represents the power of persistence and determination. This card suggests that you need to dig deep and find the strength and perseverance through challenges. The Wolverine reminds you that tenacity can overcome even the toughest obstacles. So harness your tenacity and keep pushing forward. Your persistence will see you through even the most challenging situations. So really perseverance, through different challenges, I feel like are also going to lead you toward your abundance. So let's pull some tarot and get a message for the day. I woke up with a little bit of a cough this morning. I've had that happen like the last, and I keep hitting the camera, sorry. I've been having that happen for the last few mornings where I feel like I've got a cough and then then I'm fine all the rest of the day. So I don't know if it's allergies or what's going on. So I apologize for my little raspy, unclear voice this morning. But I've got my coffee in my Nightbird Tarot coffee cup. So that's helping. Oh, and for all of you that do follow me, I did get my new Keurig. It works great. It's actually nicer than the one I used to have, so it worked out fine. So I'm not so mad at my chat GPT this morning. Let's see what's going on here for you Pisces. Angels, guides, ancestors. What is the most important message for the sign of Pisces? What do they need to know at the time? Okay. 6 of Wands. 9 of Swords, both reversed. What else, please, Spirit, for Pisces? We have the Ace of Cups. And we have the 3 of Wands. The back of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. Okay. All right, Pisces. So the Page of Wands is in the shadow for what you don't see. And I feel like with the Page of Wands, what I'm feeling here is that there is some type of thoughts going into dealing with perhaps a lot with the Wolverine and tenacity and having determination and perseverance through things. But perhaps coming up with a creative idea in order to bring in some type of abundance. Perhaps you've been carrying a lot. Perhaps you've had to persevere. Perhaps you've had to endure whatever it is that you've been going through. And I feel like in the shadow for what you don't see is perhaps a creative idea to help bring in, abundance, to help bring in a new change, a new frequency, a new way of living is what I'm being pulled to. Perhaps you listen to and I'm hearing this from Spirit, my Truth from Spirit message from last night about perhaps changing the programming, changing, reprogramming yourself, changing your frequency in order to bring in the abundance that you want. And that's what I'm being pulled to as I'm seeing this Page of Wands with, the divine who is orchestrating this for you to help give you these ideas to bring in the abundance. We do have the 6 of Wands in the reverse position. This is the first card out of the deck. I feel like with the 6 of Wands being reversed, there's like a feeling of unfulfillment, perhaps, that you're going through at this time. And you're wanting something more out of life. I feel like you're in a place in your life where you're wanting to change things up. You're perhaps wanting to change your resonant frequency. You're perhaps wanting to change the programming and reprogram yourself in order to bring in the type of life that you wanted. I'm just feeling like an unfulfillment here, perhaps about life, about, having to persevere through life and wanting the abundance that is rightfully yours. We also have the 5 of Swords here in the reverse position. I feel like you want to change your life so that you don't feel this defeat anymore. You don't want to feel that daily defeat. Like no matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you try or persevere, you want to change things for your life. And there's a creative endeavor or thought pattern that is divinely orchestrated in order to bring in your abundance. I feel like you're tired of feeling unfulfilled. You're tired. You don't want to feel the defeatness of life any longer. And I think with this change of your mind, your frequency, the reprogramming, it's going to bring in much more joy here. And with the Ace of Cups, this is the creation of happiness, the creation of love, the creation of the abundance for what you're wanting here. So I feel like with these new ideas, you're tired of the feeling defeated. You're tired of feeling like life isn't going anywhere for you. You're tired of the struggle. And with the change of mindset, it's going to bring in this creation of love, harmony, happiness with the Ace of Cups. So perhaps with the Three of Wands, by changing or reprogramming, you want to see what the results will be. You're going to await the results by changing up the mindset, by reprogramming, perhaps by meditation, by going into silence like we talked about last night from the Truth from Spirit. And again, I'll link that video for you to see at the end of this in case you missed it last night. But perhaps that's where you're at this point in your life, is you're wanting to reprogram. You're wanting a change. You're thinking creatively. You don't want to be stuck in this form anymore. You don't want to feel the defeatness of life. You want love, happiness. You want to create that, and you are the master creator. And by doing this, you maybe want to see what happens in your life to bring in this abundance that is rightfully yours. Let's clarify. Please clarify the Six of Wands, please, Spirit. We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so you're using your imagination in order to create the life for which you want. Perhaps through manifestation. So are you sitting here trying to manifest at this point with the Seven of Cups, using your creative skills in order to create the life that you want? With the Six of Wands being reversed here, I feel like you're unfulfilled in your current situation, life, relationship, whatever it is. There's an unfulfillment that you're going through. And so perhaps you're now using your imagination or fantasy in order to bring in something new. This is about manifestation. So imagining the life for which you want. And I feel like using your creative potential, because you're the master creator of your life and your world, you will do that through manifestation by imagining the different type of life for what you want. With the Five of Swords here, you're tired of feeling this defeat. Please clarify the Five of Swords. We have the King of Wands here. So with the King of Wands, you're tired of feeling defeated all the time. So you want to change things up and do something different. This could be a work situation. This could be a relationship situation. Take it as it resonates. You're tired of feeling defeated. You want more abundance in your life. And you're doing this with determination and perseverance in order to change the frequency for which you've been programmed to. So you're going to use your creative skills in order to change your life. With the King of Wands here, clarifying this Five of Swords, I feel like, you may have gone through some type of situation where you're dealing with somebody that might have been very cruel to you. Or maybe, life has just been cruel and you're tired of the defeat. You're tired about the world not showing any compassion towards you. You want to create a life full of compassion and happiness and abundance and empathy. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. Please clarify the Ace of Cups, please, Spirit. We have in the Knight of Swords here. So this is a fast approaching energy. A change is coming in for you, Pisces. And I feel like it's divinely orchestrated, not only by the divine and God and source, but also by what you're doing. By changing your frequency, by changing the programming, you're bringing in abundance very quickly here with the Knight of Swords. This is a fast-moving energy for you. And, this is you being brave to change things up, to bring more abundance into your life, to bring more happiness, fulfillment, joy, love. So I do see this coming in for you, Pisces. Let's clarify the Three of Wands. I think you're eagerly awaiting this with the Three of Wands. Please clarify the Three of Wands, please, Spirit. I feel like what Spirit is saying is it's taking perseverance in order to bring in your abundance. By persevering, by changing the programming, by changing the frequency, you're leading yourself towards happiness, love, fulfillment, joy, etc. Please clarify the Three of Wands. And it's a fast approaching energy. As you change things, okay, new life is being brought in for you. So we have the Four of Wands here reversed, clarifying this Three of Cups. With the Four of Wands being reversed, I feel like you're waiting for the enjoyment. You're waiting for things to happen for you so that you can celebrate again. There's been no celebration in life lately, perhaps. You may have gone through some type of unstable partnership or divorce or a breakup or something like that. And now you're awaiting for things to change, is what I'm feeling here with this card here. You're awaiting for things to be better. You're waiting for this celebration. And until you change your frequency, change your way of thinking, creating things through manifestation, things will continue to stay stagnant. And you'll be continuing to wait for the abundance, is what Spirit is telling me. There will be no celebration. There'll be no harmony in life. And I feel like that's what Spirit is pushing you towards, Pisces. Pisces is to change your way of thinking, to change your frequency, to change the programming which have been instilled in you since you were born. And the way to do this is through imagination, by being silent, as we talked about last night, and manifesting what it is that you want, to bring in the abundance, love, joy, happiness that you so much want. And it is fast approaching here with the Knight of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups here in the shadow for what you don't see. I feel like this may be centered around love. Perhaps you're wanting new love in your life, Pisces. or just stuff that you love to do, whether it's a job, whether it's, being with a new partner, changing things with your partnership now to make things better. And I feel like, you've been unhappy for quite some time here. You may have dealt with a deceptive person, perhaps, for what you don't see in the shadow here. And I feel like through this deception or this change or this breakup, this divorce, this separation, whatever it is, whether it was, a marriage or a relationship or a job or whatever it is you had to separate yourself from because of the cruel nature of this person, you're having these creative thoughts in order to change your life, to bring in new love, to bring in happiness, to bring in joy and abundance. Spirit says split the deck. So we have the Justice card in the reverse position. So things have been imbalanced for you. This is Libra energy. Spirit is asking you to bring more balance into your life by manifestation, by being the creator that you are supposed to be. Spirit wants you to have more balance in your life. And perhaps, you've been hermiting yourself and you're not really collaborating with others. You're not meeting others. You're not getting out. You're not socializing, which is causing an imbalance in your life. And here's the Queen of Cups here, which is you, Pisces, that empathetic, compassionate person. I feel like things have been imbalanced for you, which you've lost your creative potential. You've been programmed. But what you don't understand is you are no longer bound or tied or blinded by this simulation, by the programming. That you can step into whatever it is that you want, even after heartache, even after a loss of a home or a family. You have the creative potential in order to bring in what it is that you want. And what Spirit is saying here is that your determination and tenacity in order to bring in the abundance is within your own hands. With the Page of Wands here, you have the ability. You have the creative spark. You are the creator. You are the master creator of your life. And the way that you're going to do this is through reprogramming and changing your frequency by manifestation through your imagination. Imagine whatever life that you want. Continue to imagine it every single day until it feels like it's yours. Remember, through manifestation, you already have it. So be creative in your imagination. Create the abundance for which you want, and it will come in very, very quickly here. The love, the happiness, the peacefulness. It's a time of introspection at this time in order to figure out what it is that you want in your life. You've gone through some big changes here. You're no longer bound by the simulation. You can create whatever life that you want. Your creative potential has been dormant by the programming, is what I keep being called to. One more, Spirit. What is the advice? What is the advice for Pisces, please, Spirit? Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. So I'm feeling like with the Ace of Swords being here as your advice, it's like this is that true potential, Spirit is saying you have the potential. Aces are all about creation. You have the creative potential for new life, new abundance, birth, and good things are about to begin, is what Spirit is saying. But the way that this is going to happen is through using your imagination and manifestation skills in order to create the life for what you want. This new life full of abundance that's coming in very quickly. It's beautiful. But you gotta stop harmoning away, is what I'm feeling with this imbalance. There's some type of imbalance that you have, perhaps with your peers or other people. There's some type of imbalance here. And I feel like perhaps you need to step out into the world to create the life that you want. And then perhaps you've been hermiting away a little bit too much, which is causing an imbalance here for what you want in life. By having the love, perhaps a new relationship that is your ultimate desire, whatever it is. I feel like you're not really collaborating with others well, which is bringing in an imbalance. And perhaps maybe that's even, this past relationship where you were hurt, separated, whatever. But you create this new life through manifestation. The Spirit is saying here, there is a new life on its way for you through this. Beautiful. Let's pull an Akashic Records Oracle card to finish up this reading. Oh no. All my cards are falling. 1 second. All right, let's pull an Akashic Records Oracle card. All right, so I hope you all have a good Friday today. Let's see what the Akashic Records Oracle card says. Angels, guides, ancestors, what is the most important message for Pisces, please, Spirit? Finish up this reading. Okay. All right, trying not to let my cards all fall all over the place. So we have obligation. So it says, stop telling yourself you should when you cater to others or to unnecessary expectations of yourself. You stop your flow of abundance. So maybe that's what this is about here. These unnecessary obligations, perhaps, in life is leaving you off balance, which is stopping you from your abundance here. So that's a very specific message here. So I feel like that's what these cards are really saying here. Perhaps you're catering to others too much or unnecessarily. Or you have these unnecessarily expectations of yourself in order to help others, but it's not bringing you balance in your life. It's stopping you from your abundance. So stop telling yourself you should when you cater to others or to unnecessary expectations of yourself. You stop your flow of abundance. And I feel like it stops the creativity of changing your frequency and your programming so that you can reprogram and create the life that you want. By doing things that you're telling yourself you should do. Or catering to others when it's unnecessary. So that's the message for today, Pisces. I feel like, you need to change things up in order to bring more abundance into your life. You need to step away from the programming, reprogram yourself to a higher frequency through silence, through manifestation, through your imagination to create the life that you want. I think you're tired. You're tired of all these obligations that get you nowhere, feeling stuck within life. Perhaps dealing with somebody that you've had to deal with that is not the nicest person, where you are the empathetic, caring, loving individual, always giving to others. Perhaps it's time to give to yourself more, Pisces, to create the life that you want, and the abundance will be coming in. So if you do this with tenacity, endurance, and perseverance, you will find your abundance. I'm going to leave the message there, Pisces. I hope that you have a nice day today. Please be kind and compassionate to one another, and I will see you tomorrow for your daily. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.